Welcome to the art and science of public speaking. My name is Shanice, and I've been speaking publicly for close to 15 years. And if you want to be a better public speaker, it boils down to three fundamentals: your voice, your posture, and your presence. Let's break down voice. Do you know why most people hate the sound of their own voice? It's because when you speak, you are so close to the sound you are making that it sounds better than it does when you play it back. Let me explain. As I'm speaking right now, I'm quite close to the sound of my own voice. So in my head, the timbre sounds deeper and it's more resonant because it's coming from me and vibrating within me. However, once we put our voice out into the world, when we play it back, we're surprised by how high pitched and horrible our voice sounds. So here's a tip for you. Next time you're speaking, speak in a timbre that's a little lower than you would ordinarily. And if you have to do a speech or anything, do what we call speaking from your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is when you breathe in, feel that expansion in your stomach. That's where the power of your voice resides. But most of us speak from up here because we don't breathe deeply when we're speaking. Why? Because most times we're quite nervous. And what happens when you get nervous? You breathe shallow breaths as opposed to deep, calming breaths. See how my voice already sounds so different? If we love to watch beautiful people, it's kind of obvious that we want to listen to beautiful sounds. And speaking with a beautiful voice is not just the premise of people who are naturally endowed with deep and beautiful voices. Anybody can practice this. I am no Mariah Carey, but one of the things I was taught to do was to sing. Yes, sing in the shower, anywhere. Because what it does is, like, you will never be a Michael Jordan, but if you practice, you get more flexibility. The same goes for your voice. So that's number one, voice. Remember, diaphragm, breathe. Remember to speak a little deeper than you ordinarily would. The second one is your posture. Posture is so important, and here I'll just give you a quick tip. What I love to do before I speak is to roll my shoulders back and down. Even just doing that now feels so good. It automatically makes me sit up a little straighter. If you have to stand in front of people, try doing it with your legs slightly apart in a power pose, because your body can trick your mind into being a lot more confident simply because you actually are standing and looking a lot more confident. So we've talked about voice, we've talked about posture. My third is my favorite, and this is presence. Now, people always ask, how do you have presence? Is that something you can manufacture? Aren't you just magnetic as a person or not? Thing is, you can learn how to have better presence. The first one is to be physically attuned to what you are doing. Do not be distracted. Don't speak and think of other things as you are speaking. Now, this is important because what you do every day in your normal day to day life is what you're going to bring into your public speaking. So it's important to practice this. Next time your child says for the 10th time, Mommy, look what I did, try really hard to be present with what she's saying to you. Be fully engaged. Because if you can practice this habit, when you stand to speak, people are going to feel your presence and your energy because you are used to being in the moment. The second thing is to really focus on the intention of your message rather than being perfect. People actually like speakers who mess up just a little because it proves they're human. Isn't that interesting? Like, it's okay to be perfect and flawless, but a little bit of natural authenticity and perhaps stumbling on a word or two is not the worst thing in public speaking because it humanizes you and actually people relate with that better. So the next time you're tempted to think that great public speakers are born, believe me when I say they can also be built over time and with experience. In the next episode, I'm going to actually share with you one of the biggest things that holds us back from being great public speakers, and that's anxiety, and some really surprising tips as to how you can deal with it. I hope you found this helpful. There was my mistake. There was my humanizing moment. I hope you found this helpful, and that the next time you have to speak in front of an audience, the next time you have to make a presentation, the next time you have to teach or coach, that you will remember voice, posture, presence.